Hey Mallards, it's Thursday. I just watched the next episode of Hawkeye. Yes, I know I'm a day behind. I won't apologize for it. And I think it's time we discussed how Marvel superheroes are incapable of cleaning up after themselves. Because it's clearly becoming a real problem. During this episode, Clint is talking to Kate about the auction, and he says, and I quote, "It's upsetting to think that there's stuff from the Avengers compound out there." And all I could think of, it's upsetting to think that you didn't clean up after yourself. Like, they made an entire Spider-Man film about your guys' inability to handle cleanup post-battle, and you didn't learn from it at all? Like even a little bit? Like, where was this Ronin costume, Clint? And the sword. What did you do with them when Natasha talked you out of being Ronin anymore? Were you just like, oh, I think it'd be totally fine if I just stripped right here in the street in Japan and I'll just leave this stuff because I'm never going to think about it again. Like, what did you do with that costume? How did it end up in this auction? Did you take it with you to the Avengers compound and like just chill with it for a little bit of time before that final battle? And then like the place blew up and you were like, nah, it's probably fine. But like, did nobody clean up after the explosion? Did they instead hire the same company that Toombs worked for? And so like that stuff just got out on the street. Like, I really want to know what was going on. And I get it. Tony died and Steve departed the current timeline. And so it was a little bit difficult to like figure out what was going on. But Pepper Potts, you at least of all people should have known better. You were there for the whole Spider-Man thing. You understand why it happened. You also have your stuff together. Like, why? Why can no one clean up after themselves? Why is there all this stuff from the Avengers compound floating around? What does that watch do? What does any of this stuff do? And why is there so much of it? I'm very heated about this fact. I'm mostly heated about this fact because Clint had the audacity to sit there and say that it's concerning, but apparently not concerning enough for him to have bothered to think about where those things were for the last, I don't know how long it's been since Endgame, but like a bit of time. And it never crossed your mind to consider, wonder what happened to all the stuff that we had at Avengers compound that, like, well, I don't know, maybe people cared about. Or like, I wonder what happened to that Ronin outfit. No, not the whole time. You were just like, family back, don't care. Well, this is to teach everyone to clean up after themselves. You know, there's that line where Natasha picks up the shield and she's like, "I'm always cleaning up after you, boys." And I would be like, wow, it's because Natasha's gone. But like, Spider-Man happened because of Avengers and Natasha was there and she clearly didn't clean up either. So it's just a problem that everybody has and somebody needs to fix it. I don't know who, but somebody should try and clean up after these people. Anyone. I thought about this as well with the whole, like, the government has Vision's body, but I get that like the snap happened and they acquired Vision in the 5 years that everyone was vanished, right? So there was a lot less of the superhero team. They were really focused on other things. And so like misplacing stuff after the battle with Thanos in Infinity War, I get. But that is not where the Ronin costume went missing, sir. You were wearing it for those 5 years. So like, we need to have a talk. Other than that, I thought that the episode was really, really good. I super enjoyed the dynamic between Clint and Kate. I'm really liking their banter back and forth. I should correct that. I'm really liking the banter of Kate at Clint and his complete non-reaction. The part where his hearing aid was missing and they're just having conversations where he basically comes up with the same ideas as Kate at the same time was really enjoyable. I liked that a lot. I also enjoyed getting a little bit of baby Maya Echo in there, and that was really fun. It's a good episode overall. I know that people have discussed, because it's Tracksuit Mafia, that they think Charlie Cox's Daredevil might appear. And I'm just going to say that I know that Uncle should be Fisk, Kingpin, and that laugh did sound a bit like Vincent D'Onofrio, who is Kingpin in the Daredevil, like, Netflix show. But also it's just a laugh, so it could possibly not be him, but that would be cool, you know, because those are supposed to be canon, and they fit in a lot of ways, and if you're going to bring in Kingpin, like, do it right. So I'm hoping that that is the case, and I would totally be down to see Charlie Cox's Daredevil. I think that that would be fun. And so I enjoyed that little bit. And then the car chase fight scene was everything. It was so good. The angles of where they're shooting in the car and like rotating around were really cool. The conversation that they're having, the way that the arrows react, like everything from start to finish, and that, absolutely perfect. The only thing I didn't like about this entire episode was the ending, and I knew the ending was coming because Mary complained to me about it yesterday. And I was still annoyed by it, so I guess that goes to tell you. I look forward to the next episode, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.